Hey guys, it's Jenny. Welcome back to the Bookworms Buddy. We're on day 2 of our glue journal assembly, and today we are going to be gluing these all together. This is going to take you the longest. It can be tedious, but we're going to make this work. Okay, so first I want to talk about some glue. You got your glue stick. This is Oohoo. I generally prefer the Scotch Create, but when I had to have glue, the Scotch Create was sold out everywhere. I don't know what was going on with that, and that was a couple months back. So I ended up with the Oohoo. Now the Oohoo works just pretty much as well as the Scotch Create, but I feel like it takes longer to dry than the Scotch Create does. But I would not recommend using glue stick for this project because, over time it just seems like, anything with glue stick starts to come undone. So I would not recommend a glue stick for this project. So what we're going to talk about, what you can use is, there's Fabri-Tac or Fabri-Fix. This is from Beacon. This will hold everything, and so will the 3-in-1, which is what we're going to work with today, I think. I think we're going to do the 3-in-1. They're both by Beacon, and yeah, so you choose, if you have either one of those, which one of those you would want to use. And then we've got our art glitter glue. I put this one in this bottle because I got so tired of that little precision tip always clogging up. Well, I got a bakery one, and this one doesn't do any better. It still gets clogged up, and it just drives me insane. I just poured the whole bottle in here. I'm just going to leave it in here until it's done, and I'll just go back to the little tiny precision tip. Neither one of them am I happy with. So anyway, we're not using that today. We are going to go with Beacon's 3-in-1. I love it. It's waterproof, acid-free. It's fantastic. It sticks. Same with like the Fabri-Tac as well. But we're going to go with this one today. So in yesterday's video, I got mine all lined up in the way that I want it to go, how I want the journal to be. So hopefully you guys are caught up and the same thing. So we're going to just start. So here is our first one. And we're just going to turn it over like this. Now don't worry about this white side here, because that's going to be covered by your book cover. So we're just going to turn this over like this. And we're going to take our glue. Keep your papers in order. That way you're not having to stop and look at everything. Okay, and we're just going to put the glue on here. Make sure you don't get too close to the edges, because you don't want this page, getting shut together or something. So let's get that little glop off of there. Okay, so we're going to just start gluing. So we're going to get down the edges. And then we're going to do a little squiggle in the center, because I want mine to really stick. Now, your next one, make sure you got it the same direction. Your open side is here. Make sure it's the direction you want it to be. And you're going to get this lined up the best that you can line it up. Being straight is the most important. You want your spine edges to be what really is lined up, because these front edges can be trimmed if you have something off a little bit. So make sure your spine edges is what is completely together straight, because you can't cut those edges. Well, I mean, you could cut those edges, but it's just easier to cut your open edges. So we're going to open this up, and we're going to smooth this out as well. And it looks like it's off a little bit. Well, the bottom is lined up, but this is off a little bit. But if you got a little bit right there that's off, that can always be trimmed at another time. So just make sure that these two edges are meeting the whole time. Okay, so we're going to now glue this one. Same thing. And we're going to squiggle in the center so that can just squish out of there right. Okay. And the next one. So here you go. You just have to turn it over. Make sure your images are the right way. And we're going to stick that one on. Make sure we got those lined up. Perfect. And then we're going to smooth it out. And that's just going to get that glue spread around there, so you're going to have a nice, solid, firm grip between your pages. So far we've got 4 pages. That is perfect for the opening page. Now remember, your pages are going to be thicker because you got 2 pieces glued together. So we got to start there. So what I'm going to do is just finish gluing the rest of these, and then we'll come back. Okay, so that is done. It's completely glued together. It's going to be a good sized journal, and you'll have plenty of space to make this wider to match your spine. So homework for you guys is to get your pages glued together. And let's just go back over the steps again. Make sure all your pages are facing the right side up when you're gluing, because you're not getting these apart once they're glued together. So make sure the right side up when you're gluing. Also, the biggest thing is getting your spine edges the most even. That's what's going to matter the most. Top and bottom can be trimmed. These can be trimmed. You can even trim them if you want while you're gluing. But you guys, it's handmade. There's going to be imperfections. So if you've got a little bit of a white spot showing on a page, like right here, I've got a little bit of a white edge showing right there, just ink it. If you don't want to trim it, just put some ink on there and cover that little white edge up. There's going to be imperfections in it. That's the fun of making these handmade journals. So just make sure your spine edges is what's lined up. That's the most important part. The rest of it will just, you know, like I said, trim, ink, whatever you need to do. It's just, you know, it's what you like. It's however you want to do that part. And like I said, I do not recommend, I don't recommend glue stick. I love the Uhu stick and the Scotch Create, but in this case, I want my pages to hold, and they're going to really hold well with a silicone gel. Also, you know, art glitter glue will hold also, but I think art glitter glue is not as forgiving. So if you're using a silicone glue, you can at least move your page around till you get it lined up properly. So remember, I don't recommend glue stick. But that is all I have for you guys. So if you guys have questions, just please comment down below, and I will answer whatever questions you guys may have. So that is the end of day 2. Tomorrow we will start discussing cover and what we're going to do with our covers and how we're going to attach them, and whatever other things we need to finish up the outside of this journal. So stay tuned for that. Thanks guys for staying tuned to this one, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.